I'm Claudia Catania, and you're listening to Playing on Air. You're about to hear the world premiere of NUDITY RIDER by Hamish Linklater. As an actor, Linklater has appeared on screen in The Big Short and on stage with the Public Theater's Shakespeare in the Park, among many others. His plays have been produced by the New Group and the Flea Theater. The cast also features Martha Plimpton, a 3-time Tony nominee and an Emmy winner for The Good Wife, and Golden Globe winner Michael C. Hall, star of Dexter and Broadway's Hedwig and the Angry Inch. They're directed by Tony nominee Moritz von Stuelpnagel of Broadway's Hand to God and Bernhardt Hamlet. And now, NUDITY RIDER. The sun rises on a basic cable set in New Orleans, Louisiana. Several trailers litter a parking lot, some for actors, wardrobe, one for hair and makeup. A production assistant, on the north side of middle age, approaches the hair and makeup trailer. He knocks.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Just me.
Just me who?
Just me checking in as the sun rises on another beautiful Big Easy morning to see if there's anything I can do for you in this life.
You can get an actor in my chair 15 minutes ago is what you can do.
Which one is it?
The serial killer. I haven't seen him yet. No idea what kind of shape he's in, and no idea how long he's going to take to get ready.
What scenes today?
The boudoir scene.
Is that today?
They flipped the scenes.
They flopped the scenes.
They seem to have swapped them. That means it's a top-to-tail deal. And you know who they blame when they're ready, and we're not ready, and they say roll camera?
Not the talent.
Never the talent.
Let me rustle him up.
Rustle, hustle, and bustle. I need that sociopath tushing my trailer stat to the ASAP.
Hello, can I speak to Hildy? It's Keith, and it's an emergency.
Speaking of the talent, good morning, sir. I'm your base camp PA, Danny.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I'm on the phone with my agent. Yes, I said Keith. Keith Saturday. She knows how many actors named Keith does Hildy have these days. No, don't go through the client list. I was being facetious. No, not fascistic. I'm a Democrat. Look, what's your name? Gramercy? Wonderful. Tell Hildy to call me back immediately. Tell her I am in my trailer, but it looks like they have flip-flopped the schedule on account of rain, but you can tell her that I am not coming out of my trailer until they swap the schedule right back again. Because I'm an actor, and I am prepared for the scene as scheduled and not the scene that's not. Besides, it's ridiculous. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. That was not thunder. That was my stomach. Someone's coming. I have to go. Make sure she calls me back. Yes, you were saying?
Hello, you must be...
I'm Keith Saturday. I cannot shoot this scene today.
And you're playing...
Ben Horsen play. It's total crap, I have to say.
Ben Horsen play. That's funny.
Which is, what was? There's nothing funny about this.
I guess that's true. Serial killers usually do have 3 names.
Sex offender. I'm a serial sex offender. The character is, that is.
What's the difference?
Well, murder, I think. I don't think I've actually... My character, that is, he hasn't actually killed.
Just sex offended?
Correct.
Okay, then. I have your start work paperwork here for you to sign, and when that's done, if you could just slip into wardrobe and head over to Bailey and make up.
Yes, see, here's the thing about that. I just saw the sides for the scene for today, and it seems the sides for the scene are the scene that's scheduled in 16 days, not the scene originally scheduled.
They swapped.
The scenes?
The scenes.
They've swapped. Okay, then. I am not leaving my trailer.
You're outside your trailer now.
I am heading back into my trailer, closing the door, and I'm not coming out of my trailer till the scenes have swapped back.
Look, sir.
Keith's fine.
I just need to get you to sign this start work paperwork, slip into wardrobe, and head over to Bailey.
Oh, wardrobe. Funny you should mention wardrobe. How can I slip into wardrobe when there's no wardrobe to slip into?
I can see your wardrobe from here.
That's just a robe.
Just inside the robe.
Peeking out?
The plastic band.
The plastic band attached to a toddler's flesh-toned ankle sock?
Huh. Usually we just call them modesty socks, but a toddler's flesh-toned...
I'm not putting that on.
You did read the script, didn't you? Your nudity rider should be in there along with the rest of your start work paperwork.
According to the schedule I was sent and prepared for, today is the park scene. Ben and his balloon eating an ice cream in a Burberry Navy mid-length trench coat. They fit me for the mid-length trench on Saturday when I got in. The prop department asked what kind of ice cream, cone or cup. I said, Ben likes his mint chip in a cup because I am an actor prepared.
But the boudoir scene takes place indoors.
Oh, it's an indoor boudoir scene?
And parks are usually outdoors.
It isn't going to rain! Let me just call my agent. She's friends with the producer. I'm not blaming you.
Well, it's not my fault.
Hi, it's Keith again for Hildy. Keith Saturday. And now it really is an emergency. Gramercy, tell her I am calling an Uber and I am heading back to my hotel unless she gets on... No, I know you can't call an Uber. I have apped it. I have apped an Uber. Yes, I'll hold.
I don't think Ben even has any lines in the boudoir, does he?
Well, lines are not all that preparation is about. Hildy, hi. I know, it's insane. They can't do it to me. I've prepared for the park scene in the Burberry Navy trench, but instead it's the boudoir in a discretionary pinkish pouch.
It's a standard nudity rider, sir.
Keith.
It's basic cable, Keith. And the tick is talking.
No, I know, it's basic cable. Hildy, this guy here is saying the same thing. It's just that I have prepared.
They're not going to show your genitals. Here, I'll read it to you.
No, I know they're not going to show... It's not my... areas.
During the performance of the above scene, the set will be closed. Artist shall be provided a robe for use between takes. There's the robe. Artist shall perform the scene wearing modesty coverings provided by producer / including but not limited to bra, flesh-colored underwear, thongs, G-strings, or patches, like a pirate.
Very funny.
Producer may film partial breast nudity of artist,
yes,
i.e. side view of the breasts.
1 second.
Producer shall not include footage of artist's nipples / areolae, genitalia, or...
Yes, Hildy, hang on 1 second. Did you say areolae?
I did say areolae.
You can't show areolae?
Yeah, that's weird. I was just watching that Baywatch movie on this same basic cable station, and they definitely showed The Rock's areolae. And Zac Efron's, too, for that matter. Oh, shoot, this is a female nudity rider. The male nudity rider doesn't mention areolae. Double standard, huh? I'm going to have to run back to my trailer.
Okay, Hildy, he's gone. Here's the deal, and I am not proud, but the issue is this. I have been eating. I have eaten food with my mouth. Hildy, that is not fair. I do take my career seriously. I do cardio 6 days a week, weights 5, aquatherapy 7, sleep therapy 8. I have my juice delivered by Justin Theroux's guy, my colorist Connie Britton's guy. I have the exact same teeth as Ryan's Gosling and Reynolds. I am a serious professional actor, Hildy. But the food here is really good, and I wasn't supposed to take my clothes off for 16 days. I have a friend from Yale who did an NCIS arc down here, and he gave me a recommendation / sabotage list. Have you ever had a blue crab beignet? Petit grocery, you know it. Yes. And the shrimp and grits, and the spare rib bolognese. Yes, in one sitting. But then I couldn't sleep because I couldn't remember whether it was gumbo or jambalaya that I liked. So I popped over to Cochon. Turns out I like them both. Also the wood-fired oysters and alligator cracklin with a habanero margatini. Before I knew it, it was morning, and I was at Commander's Palace for turtle soup and Bloody Mary full of bacon, a mound of crawfish etouffee Benedict drowned in a thick matte puddle of hollandaise. I fell asleep at the table, Hildy, and I was full. Do you know the last time I actually felt full? As an actor, felt sated, fulfilled. I was John Proctor once, Hildy. I was Biff and Brick, not just some piece of lean-cut lens meat. Hello? Are you there? Gramercy? She took another call? When? Oh, it was Connie Britton. Well, if Connie Britton calls it. No, you tell her my Uber is 3 minutes away. Yes, I am tracking it on the app, and unless she can fix this with her producer friends, she will have a very awkward actor fire to put out here.
Knock, knock. Me again.
Oh, hello. Well, my people are making some calls.
Okay.
But my agent advised me under no circumstances was I to fill out a female nudity rider. It's a union matter, you know.
I found the male nudity rider.
Oh, good.
It's basically the same, except less concerned with front of torso and more rear of pelvis. I'm sorry, I'm not very comfortable with this language.
What else does it say they can show?
Okay, let's say that your reverse side was the Grand Canyon.
Uh-huh.
The show will only shoot the Grand Canyon at such an angle as to suggest but not delve into your fissure. It will not peer into the shadowlands that lie between your twin
I'm not doing
declivities.
it. That's it. I'm not. I can't.
Man, look. Everybody needs to eat.
What?
And the food here is really good.
Were you listening?
On the other side of the trailer. You got loud.
From when?
Justin Theroux.
What?
But I gotta say, man, does it say in the script that Ben's real fit?
How do you mean?
Or are you just perpetuating the stereotype that sex offenders don't eat carbs and have personal trainers?
No, it's just more about the camera, you know.
That it adds 10 pounds, and with HD it's really an awkward 17? No, I get that all actors are insatiably shallow narcissists, but the sex offender as sex symbol paradigm just bugs me, frankly. Doesn't it bug you? Like De Niro in Cape Fear, or Bale in American Psycho?
Or Dornan in 50 Shades. I know what you're saying, but come on, it's just the movies.
Or basic cable.
Do we all need a little escapism, a more aspirational version of reality?
Where our predators take Pilates? It's violence, man. It's not funny.
I didn't make the rules.
Doesn't mean you can't change them. Jimmy Dean looked cool smoking cigarettes, but smoking kills you, so they stopped making it look sexy. Why don't they make Jamie Dornan eat a sandwich? Sure, you're going to say it was so much better in the good old days, but better for who? Not for women, not for lungs.
Well, this is certainly not better for me. This is exhausting. I'm miserable and sore and starving all the time.
Poor white male actors. Let me wheel my atomizer over to the Stradivarius shop so I can shrink a violin down small enough to accompany your tiny tale of personal hardship.
I have no control over industry standards.
For glamorizing violence against women? No one's holding a gun to your head. Guns, that's another thing.
I suppose they should go the way of the cigarette?
Well, you don't think guns kill? Why did you get into acting to begin with?
Me? Torn meniscus. I played basketball. My mom coached the girls' high school team. They won state titles. I was never at that level, but junior year, my knee went, and I tried out for the Crucible, and that was that.
Did your parents support you going into the arts?
Well, my dad worried about the rejection. Still does. He's a college counselor. But my mom only cared about whether I had a passion for it. Would I try my best? She applied a lot of Pat Summitt and John Wooden quotes to my acting career.
Such as?
There's always someone better than you. That's when being a competitor can make a difference in your fortunes. Or, many times the kid with less talent becomes the better athlete because they try harder. She'd just scream and cheer at my plays, and then she'd write me these all caps emails in the dead of night when she caught one of my Law and Orders, because she knew I was giving my all.
Because you had a passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Are your parents still living?
My father is. Oh my God. Yeah, when I first found the theater, I loved it so much. I don't know. God, what's the word when you first fall in love? When you're really overwhelmed? I was...
Besotted?
Besotted. That's the word. I was besotted with acting. But it started in grad school. Sure, we studied voice and the method, but it was understood. If you wanted to play Stanley, you went to the gym. If you wanted to play Romeo, you didn't eat pasta.
I hear you. I wanted to be an actor once.
Really? What happened?
Nothing. That was the problem.
Why not?
My face and my voice. My skin's always been a problem. And my demeanor, which has been described as surly and coarse. Also, I didn't know anyone, have connections, or any luck or breaks, maybe because of my skin and demeanor.
Everyone has their excuses. Basketball doesn't test your character, it reveals it.
Those aren't excuses, they're the reasons why. If I looked different and was different and had been born in a different world that valued different things, I'd have had success. I was good.
Oh, really?
Want me to show you?
What, right here?
Grief fills the room up of my absent child. Lies in his bed, walks up and down with me, puts on his pretty looks, repeats his words, remembers me of all his gracious parts, stuffs out his vacant garments with his form. Then have I reason to be fond of grief. Fare you well. Had you such a loss as I could give better comfort than you do. O Lord, my boy, my Keith, my fair son, my life, my joy, my food, my all the world.
Did you say my Keith?
It's Arthur, actually, but I thought it'd make it more personal.
You're incredible.
Tell it to the judge.
I have to ask it. Isn't it just unspeakably hard for you to be on a film set?
Basic cable set.
Working as a PA with your dreams, your grief?
I never said I had dreams. I said I lacked success.
But you don't even seem to like movies. The guns, the smoking, the violence.
I like making movies. Just maybe not so much the movies that get made. I like the process and the people. That's all life is, people and process. When did your mother die?
Oh, last year, I guess, was it? It's been a blur. Funny, my meniscus acted up shortly after, so I've had to cut back on the cardio. Another reason I'm a little less fit than I'd like to be now. But being down here, all the music and the life.
And the food.
The gosh darn food. It's been making me really think about my mom.
Maybe that's why you binged.
Why?
Because you didn't have anyone around to starve yourself for anymore.
1 second. Hello. Hello? Yeah, this is Keith. Yes, Keith Saturday. She's busy? Then why are you... Oh, she asked you to call the producers on her behalf? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, I see. I see. And what if I just don't sign? Uh-huh. Well, I have a pre-existing meniscus. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Yes. I'll cancel the Uber. Okay. Thank you for that, Gramercy.
How was that?
The producers said they had hired me for how I looked in my last SVU, and if I was horribly out of shape when I showed up, I would be in breach of the appearance clause in my deal. Additionally, if I don't sign my deal and walk, I'll also be in breach, and they could sue me for the lost days of production while they recast, which would ruin me financially forever. And she also said that she'd looked it up, and Hildy has 2 other Keiths on her list currently, but neither of them will do TV. What am I going to do?
Can I be frank with you?
Why should you stop now?
Why don't you slip on that flesh-toned toddler sock, and I'll give you my frank opinion whether you're in breach of your appearance clause or not.
But what about everything you said about perpetuating...
That was before you were in a fix. Now the fix is in. Why don't you get changed, and I'll tell you if you should be worried.
Thank you. Okay, I'll do that.
Dang it.
You dope. You're gonna drown. Get under my umbrella.
Thanks, Bailey. He's almost ready.
Producers wanted me to report on the damage. Why can't these actors just have a tiny bit of discipline?
Why can't my dog just speak a tiny bit of Mandarin?
It's like they step off the plane and blam, they get run over by the gluten bus.
It's New Orleans. Life's short. Food's good.
God, I'm starving. I miss breakfast.
Ever hear of a blue crab beignet?
Ooh, that sounds good. I want one.
There's a place this guy was talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We'll never wrap before the kitchen closes.
True. True. Never mind. Mm-hmm. How's it going in there?
Oh, God, it's raining. Come in, come in.
We're fine out here. This is Bailey Makeup. Bailey's here to be reassuring.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Dandy as candy. Now, why don't you open up that robe and we can see what we have to work with.
Okay. Let me just remember my breathing. Okay, here goes. I am opening my robe.
Frankly?
Frankly.
Are you engaging your core?
I'm engaging it so hard.
You look fine to me.
Really?
There's definitely 2 solid abs up there. The 3rd and 4th abs are kinda there, and then there's some spreading.
Oh, God.
Hey, can I be frank for a second here?
No, maybe not yet.
You have a physique made for radio.
It's true. I do. I know. I do. Thank you for being frank. Bailey, was it? I needed it. I look terrible. I look like a person, a civilian, a human. Oh, my God. What am I saying? Why does that... Saying that makes me feel so light.
No, I was saying you look heavy.
This is what I have been waiting for. Thank you. This is the opportunity. The option not to participate, to get off the elliptical, and I am. I am opting out of this insidious, corrosive, violence-propagating, integrity-diminishing, cancerous industry. I don't care if it ruins me. I am reclaiming my dignity. I am Keith Saturday. and I will not sign these nudity riders, because it is my name, and it is my mother's name. Her married name, anyway.
Can I finish? I didn't finish. I had
No
more to...
more needs be spoken. I am free now, free as the rain and the pain. I've broken my chains.
If you just let me finish, I was going to say is, I can still paint you.
What? You can
Paint you. I can still paint you.
paint me?
Airbrush, body contour. I can paint you.
She's a genuine artist, it's true.
You're saying you could make me look so I wouldn't be in breach?
Not just out of the breach, my friend. Before you know it, I'll have you looking like, I don't know, Jamie Dornan.
Oh?
Or Ben Affleck.
Oh.
The town Ben Affleck. Not Batman Ben Affleck.
Oh.
But if you wouldn't mind signing your paperwork first.
Oh. If I do this, will you be terribly disappointed in me?
No, man, I did the exact same thing in your place.
You would?
100%.
Give me a pen. Here. Let me just put on some Uggs. I'll be right over.
What was that? You would have done the exact same thing?
That is what we call acting.
Ooh, you're good.
I was getting wet.
Hey, have you ever tried Mario Badescu as a cleanser? I have some in the trailer. I used to have combination skin like yours.
I have not tried it, but I'll take you up on the offer.
Okay. Maybe we'll be done at a reasonable hour after all.
In some aspirational version of reality?
Yeah, why not? What a baby he was. It does not get any easier, does it, Danny?
Only worse, if you ask me.
But we did it anyway, didn't we?
We did. Somehow, some way, when the cameras roll, there's always gonna be someone to shoot.
You've just heard Nudity Rider by Hamish Linklater, directed by Moritz von Stuelpnagel. It stars Michael C. Hall as the production assistant, Martha Plimpton as Bailey Makeup, and the playwright as Keith Saturday. Playing on air thanks Fred Wistow for his support and for making the commission of Nudity Rider possible. Thanks, Fred. Hi, everybody. Is it actually possible to make a body look ripped, camera ready when it's not?
Yeah, I mean, these makeup artists are like really remarkable, and this play is sort of based on my real life experience that happened like 5 minutes ago when I was down in New Orleans. I mean, I'm not that creative. I just basically wrote down what happened, which was I had worked out with a trainer, and I had done like all this sort of when you're going to have a naked scene, you can do this sort of like cutting thing where you stop eating, of course, and then you stop taking in water, and then your body sort of attacks itself and clings to the muscles, and then you sort of look camera ready, and even then they still do all of this body contouring to give you abs and whatnot, and then I got the schedule wrong, and I really did have like a problem, but they painted me, and everyone was perfectly happy.
Why, Hamish, did you choose, of all of Shakespeare, the grief-ridden lament from Constance in Shakespeare's King John, for the PA to choose to recite for Keith Saturday?
You would have to ask my subconscious. I don't know.
Just popped out?
It came out. It just seemed like a nice gift that the guy needed to get. And I was like, well, I'm going to give him that gift because I'm a nice writer.
And you know a lot of Shakespeare from which you can choose. It's a big gift shop.
Oh, yeah, it is a great gift shop. I've never done that King John, and I don't really know the thing very well, but that speech is just like it could have been written right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Saturday is moved after that speech by the PA's unsung talent. Does talent trump things like luck, beauty, grit, self-promotion? I mean, what's your take on talent versus fame in the industry?
I do think, like, there are so many crazy things that go into a successful actor's bouillabaisse, but I do find that a lot of actors, the longer I've been an actor, that I do find a lot of actors who work really hard at everything that goes into a career do sometimes really rise to the top. And there are certainly so many talented actors who lightning does not strike. That's my personal opinion. But I will say there is a lot to sort of discipline and stick-to-itiveness and ticking all your actor boxes that really impresses me.
Yeah. I have an older friend.
This is Michael Hall.
Yes, hi. Michael C. Hall from television.
The C stands for chocolate.
A lot of people don't know that. Anyway, I have an acquaintance, an older gentleman who no longer acts but did for years. He's in his 80s now, and he told me a thing that I never heard anywhere else, even though maybe it's a commonly known thing, that says there's talent, there's ambition, and there's luck. And to have success as an actor, you have to have at least two of them.
Yeah.
And I think that's true.
That is true.
Yeah,
But I think also, as you were saying, Hamish, there's a certain personality that is more suited to superstardom, massive success like that. And it's almost like an OCD level of like real commitment to this thing. I mean, the daily workouts and the, never any cream in the coffee and the constant, facials and the continual scrubs. And it's really, it takes a lot of daily constant work and dedication for someone to be at that level. I think for those people who do have two of those three, very often there's like, you'll meet these people and you're just like, you're not from here. You're on another planet.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
And some people almost are like their own agent and treat their agents like their assistant.
Right,
I mean, they're so on top of every possible opportunity.
Thing,
and, I'm too lazy for that.
I can't handle
I
it.
heard LeBron James spends $1 million a year on his body. And he's like the most talented player, the most competitive player. He has all the ingredients, but also nobody works out as hard as he does.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a wide range, I think, with each individual
sleep.
in those three.
I like to sleep
I
in.
prefer resting.
I like resting. I like to rest. I'm no good to anybody if I'm tired from sleeping.
Well, Nudity Rider is also about an actor dealing with personal loss, right? And another actor, the PA, sensing the repercussions of that loss. How much would you say a capacity for empathy is an indication of talent in an actor?
Yeah, I think empathy is like, well, you have to love your guy. You got to feel for them, even when they're so-called monsters. A sick level of empathy is essential for successful.
Well, I'm just saying,
acting.
how do you get into someone else's shoes if you can't do that?
It's not always the feeling that's terribly necessary as much as it is the respect for the idea of the story you're telling, the ideas in the story, and the ideas that the playwright is trying to convey or talk about. Because to feel like that person, that's a nice feeling. Now and then it'll happen, but it's not very reliable. But if you have respect for the ideas there, then you can sort of sit outside of judgment of it and you can go, okay, this is my task. That's sort of the empathy that I'm sort of more familiar with, because I don't have a tremendous amount of empathy for racist, crazy murderer, child molesters. I do, however, have empathy for the story, for the process we're all here to be engaged in together, the other people on stage, what their process, you know what I mean? That's I'm very sympathetic to.
That was a better answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Use that one.
Yeah, telling the story. Yeah. Well, in this play, there's kind of a takes a village kind of community that the set is. There's agents, producers, crews, designers. Any personal experiences you want to share about how this kind of communal effort has resonated?
I mean, I think every time you work on something, and it's different if it's a movie versus a television series. Like a television series is like a collective marriage, and a movie is a collective love affair. It's like, but whatever the case, yeah, you're immediately either having intimate interactions with or in front of all these strangers, and it's immediately, well, intimate and special. And yeah, I love it when I have friends come visit me on film sets, because they look around and they're like, what's happening? What is anyone doing? It just seems like a bunch of people kind of milling about, wandering around. But the fact is, everybody's job is very much essential.
This is a delightful comedy. Is comedy your preferred style?
They say that there's no more bleak place in the dressing room backstage of a comedy, because I think you sort of really know whether it's working or not. You know, I think that's the thing that's rewarding about it, is you get this immediate sense from the audience of we're on or we're not on, or, if I can just, and you go backstage and you try to figure out the math of it, if I can just make this moment or whatever. And, I certainly feel for actors when I'm working on a comedy, and I feel, triumph for them when they nail a moment, and I feel an ounce of the pain that I know they're going through when they're sort of exposed for a room full of people when a joke doesn't play. And maybe night after night, if they still can't figure it out, you can see them be like, here comes that joke that I know I can't sell. Here it comes. It's coming up. And they're all going to see that I'm a fraud in this moment. And yep, nobody laughs. So maybe I'll laugh as if I'm maybe in on the fact that it was an unfunny joke and that's my character's fault. Also the fact that when you're in an audience watching it, that's the part that I selfishly enjoy, is listening to how an audience responds to something. And I think the audience does the same thing, of hearing how everyone else is experiencing the show and saying, oh, that's funny. Why are they laughing at that? Or why are they laughing at this? And that can be really revealing about the message you're trying to get across as well, which is exciting to me.
That wave of laughter, when it does come, is pretty good feeling.
I bet.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I bet. Sometimes it goes in the other direction, though, and you feel like people are milking it and just wish they would not.
There's a weird thing. It's like when you do like a serious, I don't know if you feel like this, Michael, when you're doing like a serious show, that people are funnier and that people have like more fun like between takes and stuff like that. Like, whereas when you're doing like a comedy, between everyone's like trying to figure it out and work on it, and they're sort of like miserable. But in terms of what's nice to write about, I do really like the spoonful of sugar that helps the morbidity go down. And I really like the morbidity too, or mortality, or just like death. I think is fun, but I really like.
That's what it's all about.
But for other people,
But I think those two things go nicely. And and like Shakespeare's tragedies are much funnier than Shakespeare's comedies. They just end in funerals instead of what? Come on. No one is funnier than Hamlet. No one. Hilarious. But, you can make wrong choices, and then it's a really long play.
And one more thing. You wrote this play as a commission. It was commissioned by Fred Wistow. And did you enjoy the process of writing on commission?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, I think this may be my virgin voyage into being commissioned. No one's said beforehand that they would be curious what I might write about. So I'm ultra grateful for this. Yeah, I was like stressed for a second about it. Like, am I going to come up with anything? But then I thought, no, nudity really sells on the radio. So let's go for that.
And you don't even have to bring your baby sock.
You don't know what I'm wearing.
Why's it got to be a baby sock?
Anyway, may you write another soon. And thank you all for recording with us today. It's been a real honor. Director Moritz von Stuelpnagel, actress Martha Plimpton as Bailey Makeup, Michael C. Hall as the PA, and Hamish Linklater as Keith Saturday and the playwright of Nudity Rider. Thanks.
Isn't it also crazy that it's called a nudity rider? I mean...
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Playing on Air. Associate producer, Michelle O'Brien. Literary manager, Bonnie Antosh. Theme and play music, Tom Cochan. Recording and sound design, John Kilgore. Audio editing, Julia Melfi. Playing on Air is distributed by PRX. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can visit us at playingonair.org, where you can discover new shorts and interviews with amazing artists. Subscribe to Playing on Air on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And to help us share great theater with new listeners nationwide, rate and review a show. It's the best way to spread the word. For Playing on Air, I'm your host, Claudia Catania. Thanks for listening.